Hi friends, Don Wilson here with another exciting episode of As the Record Turns. And look at these. These are something you definitely don't see every day. These are commemorative plates made for some of the assorted monarchs du jour, made at the very end of the Berliner era. These were made, as we can see in the date. No, that's not the date. Where is the date? Here it is. MDCCC2. So there we have 1902, when this Gramophone commemoration plate was made. And isn't that beautiful? So they were actually playable. They had, they called it a throne. It was a turned wooden thingamadoodle that this guy would sit in, and that would allow you to put it on your phonograph. I don't think most people played them. They're awfully pretty. Just hang it on the wall and let it look nice. Let's see if I can capture the text without the flash. Wilhelmina. And look at that detail. Isn't that relief carving gorgeous? And then here we have a rather stern looking old white guy. And in the background, of course, his lovely queen. So, these are copies, of course, and on the back, I've not yet molded it. See if we can, oh, that's actually upside down. Great, much better. If you can read backwards, there you can see Berliner Gramophone. So this was at the very end, 1902, I believe that's the year that the Gramophone company took over, shortly thereafter to be G&T. We've got these 4 little bumps, which I think were probably there to press the record out. These are unusually thick, being 1/4 of an inch thick. And I'm trying to focus here for you. Faintly we can see that there's little tiny baby recording angels all over the back. Just a wonderful level of detail on this record. Not common at all, very hard to find. One of these two I couldn't even find when I did a Google search for it. And no one ever shows you the back, so at least now you know what the back looks like. I think most of these were sold under G&T. And pretty often they're beat up, sometimes they have a hole drilled through them, but these don't. These are quite nice. The little speckles that you see are just a little cross-contamination from the color from the previous batch. It's not any kind of a flaw or anything. They do have music. The music has absolutely nothing to do with the personalities on the front. I've got a diamond disc here and a little sticky silicone pad. And this is going to sound awful. Look at that wobble. But you'll get to hear that it's just... I think all that wow and flutter that you're hearing is, well, you know, that I have a half-baked Rube Goldberg type contraption to hold this on. So this guy here, you'll notice the tape around his perimeter. He actually had the that wooden base attached, and it took quite a bit of work to well, it couldn't be detached, but I was able to mold around it, quite literally, and it was a bit laborious, but now we have these nice copies that we can play. Hopefully that'll, yeah, look at that. Not as good as I thought, but anyway, let's give it a try. That's awful. Let's try to do a little bit better than that, huh? Who needs a tape measure or a ruler? Well, I hope you'll excuse the fidelity on that one. As you can see, that cartridge was dancing around quite a bit. But I just wanted to share these. These, by the way, were loaned quite generously by Mr. David Giovanoni, so would like to give him a little shout out and say thanks for his kind generosity in loaning these. And as of course with all the records that you see on my YouTube channel, well, most of them anyway, that copies of them are available. And the nice thing about copies of these is you don't have to feel bad about drilling a hole through them so that you can play them. Well, that's this week's episode. Thanks for watching.